Peace and love, world. Welcome to another episode of Conversations with Zoe. This is episode 78, titled Love is the Only Answer, right? It's one of my favorite songs. My parents used to play it. If you got any like old Caribbean or Latin parents that they into like soca and old reggae, we all heard the song Love is the Only Answer. And for me it is. I feel like a lot of us are living empty, broken, traumatized, depressed, walking around feeling like just, what am I living for? What am I doing here? What is my purpose? Like, I have no real intent to live anymore, right? A lot of the violence we see going on in the streets are people that don't feel like they're loved. You know, they may not, and this is not general, but for the most part, there's a disconnect of why a 13-year-old would go shoot another 13-year-old. Like, and it's maybe there's people that love him, but he hasn't learned to love himself. He hasn't been taught to love himself. So these are things that school aren't pouring into self-love and self-care and all those things. Those are things that as you get older and you experience life, you start to go through those things. Love is the only answer. There's people in relationships right now that don't know how to love, weren't taught how to love. So how do I give something that I was never given, right? You gotta learn these things. And partners, be patient with each other because we're all trying to learn things that we all saw differently, right? Pops beating on mom, but he provided and moms hung around and they loved each other and they hung it out 50 years. You may see that's love. Or you may have come from a perfect home and look perfect, but your parents just hid everything from you, and you may think that that's love with a lot of skeletons in the closet. And then you all of a sudden you go to college and they divorce and you're like, I thought you guys loved each other, right? We live in a very negative world, right? Where positive doesn't sell, you know? Propaganda, scandals, divorces, murder, all of those things are the top of the headline. They catch your attention, and no one cares about love or positivity or uplifting or being encouraged. No one wants that. We laugh about, Instagram comedians, and they talk about all these toxic relationships, and we laugh about it, and that's great and all. But if that same comedian were to talk about the classes that he took in college and the process of why he does what he does and how he does it, no one cares. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not entertaining, Jessica Simpson got slapped by her boyfriend. It's entertaining. Jessica Simpson and her boyfriend got matching bachelors. It's not a thing. No one cares about that, So love is the only answer. Right now we have homeless people living in the hood, receiving all these benefits, all these aid from the system, but with nothing to live for, right? Love, the government don't love us. They put us here to control us. They put us in the projects to control us. I'm giving you money, I'm giving you housing, I know where you are. You know what I'm saying? Don't work no job and don't try to take a step up. I need you right here. You know what I'm saying? So here we are in these messed up circumstances. We're messed up, our kids are messed up, and we're not doing, and this is not everybody, but we're not doing the best that we can. We're not reaching our potential as a people, right? So these broken, unloved children are outside killing each other, right? Why is it a trend right now that everybody doing the killing and being killed is under 18? There's no love in that. There's no self-love. How does a 13-year-old feel like I can go to another kid my age and pull a trigger? We're not being taught no love. We're being taught Balenciaga. You got kids with, with all this foreign clothes and dripping on that stuff, but he's not reading that grade level. How much sense does that make? It don't make no sense. Yeah, you can spell all these foreign clothing, but you've never been to a foreign country. How does that make sense, young fella? We exposing our children to things that do not matter. You know how to balance your sneakers, but you can't balance your checkbook. That don't make no sense. All of these things that in the long run, when you hit reality, we all know the flyest kid in the world got all the girls, the beautiful girl, and what did they pan out to be? If we really think back, did those people most popular, best dressed, when they were in elementary school, whatever, did they make it? I'm pretty sure for myself, Most of them didn't. For the couple people that I know, most of them didn't, because it doesn't matter. We're not doing anything with substance. You know, we're not pouring into each other. We're not pouring love into our children. You know, uplifting them, nourishing them to become and build themselves to be something. But instead, they're just walking around empty and broken. You know, there's always division. There's no love in this country. As it's called the United States, but ain't nothing united about it. Because now it's vaccinated versus unvaccinated. You know, now it's all lives matter versus black lives matter. There's always a distraction that we're not paying attention. We're not paying close attention to the government's true agenda of total control. Yeah, we took this stimulus, right? We took the money. But what comes with it? I gave you that bread, right? Yeah, now I need you to do this. Go get this shot. And then after the shot, what comes after that? So I understand what Kyrie Irving is saying, and I understand the people taking a stance against it because you don't really know what's in it or what it's doing. I'm vaccinated, you know, I did it, I'm okay, but there's news out there that we don't know, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's a lot of side effects that they're not showing. We only know what they want us to know, right? You can't teach, you know, Fred Hampton to no young black boy, you know? You teach Martin Luther King. You can't teach a 1921-year-old leader of a Chicago organization, Black Panthers. No, they teach you the one that he had some, you know, ranking. He had his time, he got his day, and he was murdered, right? That's what you saw. You know, they'll tell you what they did to Fred Hampton, right? That's how you keep people oppressed. You teach them not to love themselves. You teach them to kill themselves and destroy themselves and buy 3-liter sodas on benefit cards, right? You don't teach people to self-love, you know, that you want to be productive people in society. You don't want black people and Latinx people to be productive. You want us to be unproductive. You want us to live in these housing projects and kill ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We give you money, we give you housing, you stay right there where we want you. We don't want you nowhere else. Stay right there. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get bad schools in the neighborhood, bad teachers, not to shout out to the teachers trying, but we just going to make it impossible for you to get out of there. And if you make it, cool. We got another one coming right after you, right? And let's pay attention to this, right? Let me do a little math, right? I know I'm getting to a rant, but love is the only answer, right? And there's no love in this right here. Right, they give you $200,000 for the span of your life, right? That's been all the rent they've contributed, the benefits, everything, the check, all the stuff they give you, right? Now you take a father out of the home, right? You take love out, you take the leading love man out of the equation, right? Got mom, single mother, working 2 jobs, trying to make it happen, right? For her kids, right? Those 2 boys go to jail, 10 years a pop, right? $50,000, you know, per year for this inmate in this private prison, right? That's $500,000 for Jamal and $500,000 for Marquise, right? That's $1 million. That's an investment. They invested, they won, right? They gave you a little $200,000 to live in these circumstances, right? And then they made $800,000 off you, right? And that's just 2 of y'all, right? So they have an agenda that we're not paying attention to. They don't want us to love ourselves. They don't want us to love our children, because loving children become productive people in society. That's not what they want. Like, subscribe, comment. Go donate to Slice of Excellence, because we're donating and doing beautiful work, phenomenal work. We trade pizza for a report card to pizza, however you want it. And we pour love back into our communities, right? That's how we take control the narrative. Peace and love.